just last week we're an advertising agency, but in many cases we think of ourselves as or at least I do, think of myself as a consultant in that business, to where we're constantly looking at not only campaigns and how to bring people to those campaigns and who we're targeting and all that, but more importantly, actually getting the kitty to ring, right? The sales, right? That's the goal of anything. So I wanted to run this across you this morning to kind of season the opportunity this week for you and the company. So I'm going to work down the scenario with you. This involves a company, and we have campaigns that are driven to that. So AdWords campaigns are actually driving to this thing. So see ad, click ad, land on page. Okay? And this page then has several links, actually 2 specific links to some basically they're forms, they're inbound forms, right, to submit. One of them involves a quiz and the other is more of just a quick sign up. All right, I'm going to focus on the one that says sign up because that's where the kitty actually rings, as opposed to the other bucket where it's more of a quiz and it kind of lead nurturing and all of that fun stuff, right? So this sign up page, so you see the ad, you click on it, you go to this page which says, we're awesome, you need to work with us. Right? And there's one major call to action, basically sign up for the program. Now this program is a $2,000, let's say, patient acquisition value. Okay, that's the goal that we're going after, right? So every patient that signs up literally is $2,000 over the course of a 12-month period, maybe more, right? But that's generally the average order size. So they end up, so out of this campaign, so I'm just going to do this month to date, actually, at the time of this recording, there were 1,832 people that saw the campaign and ended up clicking into it, right? So with those people, 768 of them actually clicked. So that's about 1/3, no, it's better than 1/3, end up clicking that major call to action, right, to go ahead and click on that sign up page. Right? Of those people, only 45 ended up actually submitting through the form. So that tells me that form is a little bit weak. Okay, so we need to, 768 people actually clicked through on that sign up page, and 45 ended up actually submitting their information through the form. Now so that's one problem, right? The second problem we're talking about here, that form didn't answer that user's question apparently, so that's a big opportunity. But if you think about it, okay, 45 of them actually did submit through the form. Now, of those people that submitted through the form to sign up, the actual conversion takes place off of that. Okay, so out of those 45, there was 27 that actually signed up for the program. Okay, and that, again, if you do the math real quick, at a $2,000 average order size, you're talking about $54,000 worth of actual sales from that specific campaign of 1,832 people that originally clicked. Okay, that's not a bad ROI considering, well, it's just not a bad ROI. Let me tell you that. Right, so that's good. However, when it comes down to actually what that customer looked like, so when they actually submitted that form, right, they got an email that said basically you need to go ahead and complete this. And that's where we actually get the revenue from, which is where that 27 actual patients, in this case, came up with, right? The thought process there is, okay, when they go through that sign-up process, they actually get that link, and now they're actually setting up their account. Remember, they haven't actually converted just yet. When those 27 people, what happens if we were actually able to convert on a higher percentage of those people that started that process? So instead of it being 27, let's assume there were some things that we could do in the actual sign-up process with actually filling out their account, putting in their credit card information, uploading information about themselves. If we can, and those actually took about 4 steps, believe it or not. Every single step of that 50 or 45, okay, that originally got that, every single step we will see people drop off, right? So the thought process is this: let's put some things in place during each of those 4 steps. So they get the email that welcomes them in, say they really need to they need to sign up, put their profile information, all that stuff in together, put their credit card information in, which is what matters to us. what happens if we start actually looking at how people come through that funnel, right? So the estimate was, and this was an estimate for discussion, we didn't actually have the numbers, but only 20% of the people that actually start that process off actually end up putting their credit card information and confirming all 4 steps. So that leaves 80% of them that basically started the process off but didn't bother to complete those. So the thought process is this. Let's go ahead and let's say Chris Bernard fills up, starts the process, and I finish part 1, okay, and then I leave it. Why can't we have an email and a text that basically say, hey, start where you left off at each part of that process? And you can do that with text and email. Just that alone, we said that will easily double the sales conversion off of that. So what happens when you do that properly? You'll go from a potentially $45,000 monthly, well, month to date at this point, return in terms of actual sales to $108,000. And all you've done is made it easier for the customer to buy from you. So I hope that process helps out with you guys. It encourages us to think about our business and how not only can we gain prospects into the funnel, but I'd say actually more importantly, right? You're converting on those customers in just a logical, simple, better customer service experience to get them to convert at a higher rate and increase sales. So I hope that point helps you this week. We will talk to you next week for the 11 a.m. Monday Morning Marketing Webcast. Again, I am your host, Chris Bernard.